everybody. So you have just chanted the preliminary prayers. Each time, so when we do chanting, recitation, even though when you do little, good things for yourself, good for others, make sure you have the pure motivation. Again, thank you so much for chanting all the preliminary prayers. Beginning of our Dharma class, usually like a Stephen and Sonam, everybody say, we request to Geshe La, the trend, the will of Dharma. It's very simple words. It's very tradition to say trend, will of Dharma. Like me, I don't have a really, kind of ability to turn the will of Dharma. I'm just, presenting, explaining the teaching according to Lama Tsongkhapa, according to Buddha Shakyamuni, according to Indian master. You can consider me as like a postmaster. Also, you can consider me as the internet connection. So when we think about the training the will of Dharma, the first, the person who really teach Dharma based on their own ability, the person must have the omniscience. When the person has the omniscience to recognize the mentality of the student, then the teacher, the person can give the right teaching according to the person, the people, the mentality. Number one. The number two, whoever teach Dharma, the teacher must have very compassion mind. Third, the teacher, the guru who teach Dharma, first they must practice the Dharma, have an experience, then they can presenting the Dharma to students. For me, I don't have any of these three qualities. But since we know each other for quite a long time, I always sincerely consider we are Dharma friend, we are studying partner, then we can share our Dharma knowledge each other, not having the concept, you are superior, I am inferior, she is superior, I am inferior. We need to eliminate all this concept. Thank you. At the beginning, as usual, first we need to check this morning motivation for attending the Dharma class. So we, attending the Dharma class, we, going to study the Dharma, not because we don't have anything to do, we are totally free. This is not the reason. Also, we are going to study Dharma because I'm facing some economic problems, the Dharma can help me to have a better financial situation. This is not. Also, sometimes we think, oh, I want to attend the Dharma class. I want to practice Dharma because I'm sick person, want to, overcome the sickness. Therefore, I want to attend Dharma class. This also not the, all of the motivation is not the right motivation. The right motivation for becoming Buddha ourselves to benefit all sentient beings. Before we wish to benefit all sentient beings, we need to know all sentient beings, what they are seeking, what they have been seeking. But based on our own experience, since we were born, the first time when we were, come on the planets, since we always, seek, try to attain the happiness. The happiness is our achievement. Whether you are, like a rich or poor, or human being or animal, every being who has a feeling, they are always seeking happiness. Therefore, we must think, today, I am going to study Dharma for achieving happiness. Then there are two kinds of happiness. One is very temporal happiness. The temporal happiness is come today, goes tomorrow. Is come in the morning, normal afternoon. Like the physical healthy, financially, kind of wealthy. All the samsaric happiness we consider as a happiness, but it lasts for short time, just short time. Then it goes back to again in suffering. We are not seeking the temporal, the short-term time happiness. We are seeking, we wish to achieve the lasting, we can use the everlasting happiness, which is completely free from suffering, cause of suffering, not just free from suffering, cause of suffering, have all the good qualities. We just imagine if you are totally free from suffering and cause of suffering, how you will be look like, what kind of feeling you have. So when you accomplish all the good qualities, particularly fully compassionate person, have the omniscience to know everything. That means you are totally free from ignorance. So we are seeking, the everlasting happiness, not just only liberation. So we are seeking the Buddhahood. Therefore, at the beginning, we just think, so I wish to be Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. So please cultivate love, not just love, very pure, unconditional love towards all sentient beings. and cultivate compassion. Thank you. Generally, when we, generate compassion towards all sentient beings or individually, sometimes we may feel, I don't think this person needs my compassion. I don't think that person needs my love. I don't think the person has sufferings and problems, because we are judging about the person reality based on the artificial or based on the surface level. For example, it's very simple. For example, almost all of you, I think, went to interview for your job. Even the simple job, like, like a food court job. So you have to go through, little interviews. So when that time when you are going for interview, morning, you take a shower, you dress nicely, and you are really look like a very happy person. You are going for the interview. When the people look at you, the people think, wow, this person looks very clean, very happy, very, very energetic. In the reality, the person is full of nervous, worry. Therefore, when we look at the surface level, all sentient beings, it look like that. So therefore, we need to look more, deeper level, not the surface level. When we look at the deeper level to all sentient being, then you cannot find any human being. You cannot find any other sentient beings who say, I am totally happy all the time. Yes, it is indicate they are not really happy. Happy in the morning, then very upset afternoon, very happy afternoon, upset evening, very upset afternoon, happy in the evening. That means they always go through, the temporal happiness. So in order to generate compassion, we don't just look, to all sentient beings, only the surface level, more deeper level. Therefore, His Holiness said, when he give a teaching, even when he give the lecture, so physically we are different. Someone is fair, someone color is black, yellow, whatever. Also, physically, somebody has a bigger body, medium size of body, the small size of body, ugly, beauty is there. So when we think about the mental level from the experience point of view, then you can see all sentient beings, all human beings, not really happy. Particularly, last year, this year, almost all over the world, all human beings are very, very unhappy. They are very worried about their future, very worried about their family. So that means when we think that way, then for us very easy to generate love, then compassion, then definitely easy to generate bodhicitta. So bodhicitta is the most important kind of mind to reduce your sufferings. The most important mind to bring the inner happiness, not the outer happiness. Because so many of the the practitioner in the ancient time in India, Tibet, China, all over the Buddhist country, all the high practitioners, it look like they have so many problems. They eat very simple food, just one meals a day, wearing the baggy kind of clothes, sleep on the just rock. Look like they have a lot of going through a lot of physical difficulties. Yes, physically they feel so thirsty, hungry, cold, sickness. When they sleep on the rock, like few months, you can imagine. Definitely there's a lot of physical suffering there. But mentally, they are, very content living this kind of lifestyle. Right? Lifestyle. Therefore, we should not judge, based on the surface level. We need to think more deeper level, then compassion, then bodhicitta. So achieving Buddhahood is very much depend on your daily Dharma practice. Therefore, last few classes, we study about the benefit of the Dharma. Benefit of the Dharma. So I want to study the Buddha teaching. I want to study, all the teaching taught by all the masters in order to illuminate my darkness. Right? Second, in order to study Dharma, you need a teacher, you need a guru who can teach Dharma. Therefore, we study about, rely on the teacher. Even the simple job, very simple job, cooking like a pasta, like cooking pasta, cooking noodle, cooking laksa. You need to learn how to cook. When you think about learning, there's two different ways you can learn. One, you just, ask question, you listen the, like a teaching about how to cook laksa, how to cook pasta. Second, you don't have to listen. You don't have to, really attend the class. You just watch how they, cooking. They are cooking laksa. What kind of, ingredients they need. Which one, they put first. Right? So there's two different ways so we can learn Dharma. One, just listen, attend the class, or read books. Second one, you just observe to the practitioner how they practice. Right? Therefore, it is so important. We must need someone who can explain the teaching, the pure teaching is very important. As always a pure teaching, right? Because when you went to Tibet, like Bhutan, Nepal, like my country, like Ladakh, then you feel, oh, their Buddhism is different than my Buddhism. Because, so you're looking, Dharma from the culture point of view. So also the Tibetan, when they go to Sri Lanka, Thailand, Burma, China, also they think, oh, those monks and nuns are different than me because they wear in a different robe, different color, use different language, living in the different culture background. But then we think, oh, we are different. Therefore, in order to practice the pure Dharma, we need to separate. This is the ancient culture. right? Ancient culture. Therefore, because most of you have the Chinese culture background. Oh, this is the ancient Chinese culture. The second, this is the ancient Chinese religion. Then this is Buddhist culture. Then this is Buddhism. So in order to follow, the pure Dharma, you need to separate the ancient culture, the ancient religion, then the Buddhist culture, then Buddhism. So when you follow Buddhism, just follow the Dharma, the culture, the tradition, like pure Dharma. Therefore, we need to rely on someone who can teach the pure Dharma. So in order to teach the pure Dharma, the person must be very pure. Impure person who has a lot of, the negative thoughts, the person cannot really explain, really cannot really give you the pure Dharma. Therefore, in the past, even though this day, there are so many, like a master, whether, Tibetan master, Chinese master, Thai, Malay, whatever master. I'm not criticizing them. They are master, they teach Dharma. They teach Dharma with that they are daily needed. That means, again, you cannot see is a pure teaching. So pure teaching, you just need to know what is the real pure teaching. And therefore, last we studied about the quality of the teachers, the general quality of the Dharma teacher who teach Dharma. There are 10 qualities. Please remember the 10 qualities of the teacher who teach Dharma. These are general qualities. Whoever teach Dharma, whoever consider as I am like a guru, he or she must have these 10 qualities, right? 10 qualities. Among the 10 qualities, the first 3 are very important. What are the first 3? There's a words from the Mahayana Sutra. Who is disciplined, serene, thoroughly pacified. Whoever considered as a guru, he or she, doesn't matter, the male or female. First, the person must be very disciplined, always be ethical person. Then always have a very calm mind. Then thoroughly pacify, the teacher must practice the 3 mind trainings, right? Ethical discipline, and like a very calm mind, and reduce, pacify, not totally pacify, it's reduce the negative thoughts. That means practicing the wisdom. Number 3. Number 4 has good qualities, surpassing those of the students. Therefore, when the guru teach Dharma to the student, the guru must have much better qualities about Dharma than the students. Therefore, last time we discussed about the reincarnation or Rinpoche, right? Just 4 years, 10 years, 15 years old, the reincarnation of certain Rinpoche. they recognize as a Rinpoche, recognize as a reincarnation, but they don't have the first three qualities. Therefore, you can fully pay respect to the reincarnation, but he or she cannot be your guru, right? Because he or she doesn't have the good qualities, surprising those of the students. Therefore, many of you have a problem in the past. You met someone considered as a Rinpoche, you follow them. Slowly, you notice that Rinpoche doesn't have any, good knowledge. It doesn't have a better knowledge than you. This is the number 4. Has a good qualities, surpassing those of the students. Number 4. The number 5, the energetic. Energetic means the teacher must be very patient to teach Dharma to the students. Because we are very beginner. We don't know so many things. Therefore, the student confused. The student, don't know much. Then the student asks a lot of questioning. Then, if the teacher is very short-tempered, become very, easily feel tired, then the teacher cannot be stable for you, stable to be teacher for you. Therefore, energetic. This is number 5. Number 6, has a wealth of the scripture knowledge. Has a wealth of scripture knowledge. This is number 6. Scripture knowledge, very important. Because the teacher have to teach, have to explain to the disciples. In order to teach, in order to explain, the teacher must have the rich Dharma knowledge, particularly the scripture knowledge. If the teacher always do a lot of practice, right, but don't have a Dharma much like knowledge, he or she have been practicing for many years, but he or she cannot really teach you. Therefore, wealth of the scripture knowledge. So here what we need to know, so we are talking about, scripture, the taught by Buddha, the Buddhist scriptures knowledge. I always said, when you imagine Buddha teaching, you need to look from the 3, different directions, from 3 directions. If you only study Mahayana teaching, follow Mahayana teaching, not much knowledge, doesn't have much knowledge about a Theravada, then you don't understand, the complete Buddha Dharma. If you only study Theravada, not Mahayana, also you cannot see the complete picture of Buddha teaching. Yes, you study very well Mahayana, Sutra Mahayana, or Theravada, not the Vajra Mahayana. Also, you cannot see the complete, the Buddha teaching. Therefore, who follow Mahayana, Sutra Mahayana, they criticize Theravada. Who only study Theravada's teaching, they criticize the Sutra Mahayana. Who study only the Sutra Mahayana and the Theravada, they criticize Vajrayana, because the person cannot see Buddha teaching from the 3 directions. As a beginner, most of you are beginner. In order to do, the complete Dharma practice, the Theravada practices look like very important, solid foundation. without, the Theravada practices, if you try to practice, Sutra Mahayana, you cannot. For example, Four Noble Truths, 12 dependent origination, 4 mindfulness, karma, taking refuge. Without, skip these things, you cannot practice the Sutra Mahayana. Without practicing the Theravada Sutra Mahayana, you cannot practice the Vajrayana. Therefore, in order to do the complete, Buddhist practice, you need to study 3 of them: Theravada, Sutra Mahayana, then Vajra Mahayana. Then if you have these 3 knowledge, then you really can explain, the Buddha teaching. Doesn't matter whoever come, right? Therefore, is here said, the wealth of the scripture knowledge. This is number 6. Then number 7, right? Number 6. Number 7, possess loving concern. Yes, you practice 3 mind trainings, you have a better knowledge than the students. You are very rich in the scripture knowledge, but if you doesn't have a compassion, then you cannot be teacher to teach Dharma. Even though compassion, you are mother, compassion is very important. If you are father, compassion is very important. If you are like a brother and sister, you must have compassion. If you work for the company, you for the food court, restaurant, you must have a compassion, loving concern. Therefore, number 7 is possessing loving concern. Then number 8, I think, true knowledge of the reality. So, if you teach Dharma, you really need, good understanding about selflessness and emptiness. Because when you really you teach Dharma, sufferings, the cause of suffering originated by ignorance. In order to introduce ignorance is the root of the samsara, then you need to introduce the opposite of the ignorance, which is the wisdom, realize emptiness. Therefore, next one, the thoroughly knowledge of reality. Then number, I think, 8, number 9, I think, skill in instructing disciples. Then the teacher must have a very good skill how to teach, how to explain, when teach, how long. So you can see some, for example, when you attend my class, I don't have a very skillful to present the teaching. So when you attend teaching from His Holiness, other Rinpoche who has the qualities, they really teach you the Dharma step by step. So you really bring into a deeper level of the Dharma knowledge. Therefore, the next one, skill in instructing disciples. The number 10, has abandoned the desperateness. Therefore, in order to be teacher, he or she must have these 10 qualities. So when you follow someone as your guru, he or she must have this quality. You need to check. If they're missing, any of this quality, then you should not think he or she is a very, perfect teacher or guru. These are the 10 qualities. Then there's another important thing I thought I should explain here. 10 qualities, right? Then so when you attend, Dharma teaching, Dharma class, we always believe, oh, he or she must be really good teacher because he or she explain well, explain very well the Dharma, presenting very well. Therefore, we thought he or she must be very good teacher, good guru. It's not the case. He or she can explain Dharma very well. Most important, he or she must practice the Dharma. Right? Therefore, here I think one word says Lama Tsongkhapa here. It is said that those who have not disciplined themselves have no basis for disciplining others. Right? Those who have not disciplined themselves have no basis for disciplining others. If I'm not disciplined, how I can disciplining you? Cannot. Verbally, I'm saying, oh, you do this. But this cannot be benefit for you. Therefore, who have not disciplined themselves have no basis for disciplining other. Therefore, Guru who intend to discipline others' mind must first have disciplined their own. Right? Therefore, Guru who intend to discipline other mind must first have disciplined their own. Before I discipline your mind, first must I discipline my mind. I'm very angry like a guru. How I can say angry is very bad? You must control angry. I am very attached person, attached thing with everything. Then how I can say, oh, you should not have a attachment. You must practice the detachment. It cannot go in your air. It go air, you cannot accept. Therefore, it's very clear. Therefore, Guru who intend to discipline other mind must first have disciplined their own. How should they have been disciplined? It is not helpful for them to have done just on practice and then have the result designated as a good qualities. What does mean, discipline mean? How should they have been disciplined? This is a question. The answer is here. It is not helpful for them to have done just any practice and then have the result designated as good qualities of the knowledge. Or somebody, let's say they practice fasting for 10 days. Don't eat anything. The person doesn't eat anything for 10 days. They practice 10 days. Then we thought, wow, he must be so special. You follow them. It doesn't mean the person is disciplined. Also, you can hear, oh, this Lama, this Guru, this Shifu can see your previous life, can see your past life. Then, based on this reason, you follow them. It doesn't mean he or she is disciplined. Now, what does mean discipline? Then here, therefore, I think many of you, since you contact, with the Tibetan Lama Rinpoche, so you hear, the very interesting history about the Rinpoche. Oh, he can see your previous life, or she can see your next life, or he or she can tell you how you overcome your business problem. Then you follow. It doesn't mean he or she is disciplined. What does mean discipline here? They need a way to discipline the mind that according with the general teaching of conquerors. They have to discipline their mind according to Buddha teaching. Buddha teaching, right? Conquer. Mainly the three precious training, definitely such as a way. Therefore, Mitriya indicate that when these three term discipline, this mean discipline means the guru must practice three mind trainings, not just have a certain important famous knowledge. Therefore, here said, therefore, guru who intend to discipline other mind must first have disciplined their own. Right? This is very important to tell you. Then there's another important here. I will recite you. This being the case, those who achieve their own livelihood, by praising or explaining the good qualities of the training, while not striving diligently to practice them. So like me, I say, oh, Etika discipline is very important. You must practice. Shamatha, Vipassana is very important. You must practice. Wisdom very important. You must practice. Emptiness is very important. You must start to realize, right? So this means like me, I have been teaching in Singapore almost 7 years. I just teaching, not practicing. That means everything comes to me for my livelihood, right? Those who achieve their own livelihood by praising or explaining the good qualities of the training, while not striving diligently to practice them, are not stable to be teacher. Right? This is very, very important. Those words are. So what we do, most of us, we judge he or she must be a very good teacher because he or she teach Dharma very well. This is our assumption. We never think how he or she practice the three mind trainings. Right? Therefore, please, I'm really urging you, requesting you, if the person is very popular, should not think how he or she is a good guru. Or he or she has a very famous, very history in the previous history. You should not judge. This reincarnation must be very good because his previous life was very good. You should not think this way. Also, just having the name like a Rinpoche, reincarnation, you should not think just being a Rinpoche must be very good, must be very qualified teacher. Right? Also, using the name of Rinpoche, there are so many fake Rinpoche all over the world. Also, you have to be very careful. In the past, like Singapore, Malaysia, like Vietnam, Taiwan, China, even though part of in Tibet, India, Tibet, many Lama deceived many people having the name of Rinpoche, right? Therefore, here very important say, those who achieve their own livelihood, like like money, name, fame, house, car, by praising or explaining the good qualities of the trainings, while not striving diligently to practice them, are not suitable to be teacher. The sort of meaningless praise is only words. That means I'm not practicing Dharma. I'm giving teaching. I'm just verbally saying blah 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 blah. It's useful for you. so useless for you. Therefore, teacher, that sort of meaningless praise is only words. It's similar to when someone who delightedly, seeks sandalwood asks one who make a living by explaining the good quality of the sandalwoods. So I explain you, the sandalwood is very good, you must eat, you must drink the juice. I give a lot of explanation. I really praise about the sandalwoods. Right? Then if somebody asks, do you have any sandalwoods? And the person reply, no, I don't have a sandalwood. I'm just praising the quality of the sandalwoods. Then I charge money for the person, right? For my livelihood. So this cannot be stable, be a teacher. Then there's a Buddha himself says very clearly here, the king of the concentration sudara, status, in later time, there will be, wanting to say, I am learned. They will praise the ethical discipline, but will not strive delightedly at their own ethical discipline. So Buddha says in the future, there must be so many, guru teacher will, teach you, but they don't practice dharma. They are not stable for guru. Next, I think we study the 10 qualities. This is a general. Whoever be a guru, being a guru, he or she must have these qualities, 10 qualities. Then, like a be guru for giving, like performs vows. Then he or she need extra qualities. He or she, when they give an initiation, he or she must have other qualities based on the 10 qualities. The 10 qualities are the foundation, must have, right? So now I think everybody has a lot of questions. Oh, this teacher is good or not? He or she has a quality or not, right? Next, we need to know the qualities of the disciples. Oh, then there's a question, according to the Lamrim. If I cannot find the guru who doesn't have these 10 qualities, what should I do? Still, I should follow the person? Still, I should accept the person as my guru or not? The Lama Tsongkhapa said, during the degeneration time, it is not easy to find the guru who has those 10 qualities. But at least the guru must have 5 qualities among the 10 or 8 qualities among the 10s. The minimum, the 5 qualities. If you find, or he or she really has the 5 qualities, then still you can follow the first 5 qualities. Now, quality of how the student rely upon the teacher. This, I think, we can just skip this time. Then when you rely, after you accept someone as your guru, then since how you rely on the guru, they're talking about the time 10, I think, qualities kind of mind. Okay, next, I think we're going to learn the quality of the students. There are 5 qualities. Oh yeah, this one. The defining characteristic of the student who rely upon the teacher. Today, until now, we try to understand the quality of the gurus. Now we need to look at yourself. So how many qualities do you have as a, disciple of the Buddha, or disciple of the gurus? Aryadeva stated in the 500th stanza, it is said that one who is non-partition, number 1, non-partition. Number 2, intelligent. Number 3, diligent, and is vessel for listening to the teaching. The good quality of the instructor do not appear their wish, nor do those of the follow listening. There's a 5, I think 5. Number 1, non-partition. Partition, right? This is very important. So everybody say, we are like a disciple of, such as a, guru. So generally, it is very important to be non-partition. Be honest. Be honest. Right? Should not discriminate. Oh, I follow Mahayana, or they follow the Hinayan. Hinayan no good. You discriminate between Mahayana and Hinayan. Also, we discriminate, oh, they follow Hindu, this follow. So particularly, non-partition towards your guru. Oh, he is very good because my guru. Oh, he is no good. He is not my guru. So if you have this kind of a discriminating mind, then you cannot see the truth about the guru, truth about the teaching. Because we have one problem, right? Since you accept someone as your guru, since you always believe whatever he or she said is always right, always truth. Even though sometimes it's so difficult to accept, it's difficult to accept, but still you think you must be very right. Because your mind becomes very partition. Very partition. Right? Therefore, one of the, I think, Adisha said, sometimes the guru asks you to do something. If you cannot, you must say, I cannot. I don't want. For us, whatever guru say, we totally, follow. We totally accept. It's not big because we don't have the honest mind. Therefore, be honest all the time. Be honest. Right? That means someone is not your guru. If you see he or she has a lot of the dharma knowledge, lot of good qualities, you must pay respect. You respect. You should not judge he or she is no good. And also, since you accept someone as your guru, sometimes the guru doing wrong things. You must be honest. You must tell guru, this is not the right way to do. But we always very quiet about what wrong thing doing our guru. Therefore, first one, non-partition. petition. Number 2 is intelligent. Have to be very intelligent. That means whatever we listen, we not simply accept it. Listen, analyze, study for quite a long time, then finally you must practice. For example, most of us as a Buddhist, so we believe in next life. We accept previous life. We believe in previous life and next life in karma, nirvana, Buddhahood. But we never question, is there next life or not? If there's a previous life or not, we never question, we just accept. That means we are not intelligent. Whatever we practice, whatever we believe, first we need to study. We need to do a lot of questioning. Then finally, when you find the truth, then you accept, you practice. For example, we believe karma, right? So we have a problem with, is my karma. Do you really believe in karma? Yes, you can say, yes, I believe. Because Buddha says so. Nagarjuna says so. Lama Tsongkhapa says so. My guru says so. There must be karma. But you don't have a solid reasoning and logics to prove there's a karma. Also, we believe in next life, nirvana, pure land, tushita. Also, we don't have a proof based on your own experience, based on your own kind of study result. We just follow. Therefore, we are not intelligent. You have to be intelligent. Then, diligent, intelligent and diligent. Not just enough to be intelligent, you have to be diligent. That's because in the past, maybe what I think we remember, I hope you remember the benefit of the Dharma. Then this, live Dharma, the live long. There's a two meaning. One, we wish to live the Buddha teaching, flourish in Dharma for 10 directions. We pray, we should flourish the Dharma into 10 directions. Dharma is not the aeroplane to, flow, in the 10 direction. No, Dharma is not the physical thing. It's a non-physical thing. Dharma can be flourished in your mind. It cannot really flourish in the outside. That means, if you really wish Dharma, live long for many, many years, Dharma can live only in your mind, somebody's mind. But therefore, diligent means we need to practice Dharma for many years, many lifetimes, many eons. You have to be very patient. You have to be very diligent. Should not be lazy. Should not be easily to be tired. Right? Diligent. Is a vessel for listening to the teaching. Zurne lolden tangyamrasha. Zurne lolden tangyamrasha. I think Zurne lolden. I think he mentioned the first three qualities: non-partition, intelligent, diligent. Three qualities. If you have these three qualities, non-partitions, intelligent, diligent, then you are good, disciple, good student to listening Buddha teaching, to practice the Buddha teaching. If you don't have, one of the three, if you are not intelligent, you cannot be stable to listening to the teaching, because whatever you hear, you're going to accept. So today you heard the teaching about no next life. You just follow, there's no next life. Tomorrow you hear, listen teaching, there's a next life. So tomorrow you think, oh, there's a next life. That means we are totally look like, we become look like a sheep and dog. When the owner, pull the dog using the leash, the dog goes where the owner go. We should not be look like a dog. We should not be look like a what you call sheep. We have to be intelligent, then diligent. One thing, I want to practice Dharma for many years, many eons, many millions. I will not going to give up practicing Dharma, right? These are the qualities. Please remember 3 qualities: non-petitions, intelligent, diligent is the vessel for listening to the teaching. The good quality of the instructor do not appear otherwise, nor do those of the follow the listening. Mean, if you don't have these 3 qualities, then when you attend teaching, when you're listening teaching, then you can see, oh, there's a lot of problems. There are a lot of mistakes because you are not intelligent. Then next, I think we move to I think benefit of relying on the teacher who has those qualities, right? So simply what Lama Tsongkhapa said, if you rely on someone who doesn't have a better Dharma knowledge than you, then your Dharma knowledge going to decrease. Because you rely on someone, he or she doesn't have a better Dharma knowledge than you, still you are listening them, then the Guru teach you a lot of mistakes. That means your Dharma knowledge going to decline. If you rely on the teacher who has a same knowledge as you, same Dharma knowledge, still you follow him as your Guru, that means your Dharma knowledge, your Dharma experience of the Dharma not going to, increase. It stay always there. For example, you come today to TBC, attend my class. Today I only talk impermanence. Tomorrow again impermanence. Next day, for 1 year, I always talk impermanence. How your Dharma knowledge is going to increase, right? Therefore, we must rely on the teacher who has a much better Dharma knowledge, much better Dharma practice. Then when you rely on the person, your Dharma knowledge is going to be increase, right? This is very important. Then, because the rely on the Guru is the foundation of all good qualities. Rely on the Guru is the root to develop our Dharma knowledge. Therefore, we must know the qualities. Okay, next, I think still we will spend 1 more classes about what should we do after we had the teacher who has a good qualities, 10 qualities. Oh, I have the 3 qualities. My Guru has the 10 qualities. Then what should we do? That means you always rely on the teacher. The teacher must give you the right teaching. Then you need to practice the teaching. You need to practice the Dharma. But we are, always stuck there. we try to find the good teacher. Yes, due to our karma, due to your luck, somehow you have the good gurus, good teacher. Yes, when you analyze yourself, you are very non-partisan, you are intelligent, you are diligent, then you rely, you follow the guru. You listen the teaching many years, but we are lacking the practicing. We are stuck there. So some of you have more than 5 gurus. Some of you, attend Dharma class or teaching for many years. Or you follow the guru for many years. You listen the teaching for many times. But when you analyze yourself, you cannot find, I really, increase, develop my Dharma knowledge, because we stuck, there, because we don't practice Dharma. We love to listen, we love to attend, but we don't like to practice. So we should not be just stuck there. Seriously, we need to practice. Again here, make sure when I say we need to practice, it doesn't mean I'm saying I'm very practitioner, right? No. So I just requesting you, urging you to study and practice. Practicing is very important. Very important. Otherwise, since I came to Singapore, I have been seeing, my Dharma friends, somebody has a more negative thoughts, somebody has a more jealous mind, somebody has a more like a pride mind. Also, within the students, they don't like each other. They always, watching the negative things, not ready to accept the good qualities. When he or she, when you see somebody has a good qualities, you see, nothing, right? What happened this one? Is have been happening. You listen the teaching, you follow the guru, you don't practice it. That means all the Dharma knowledge you have, it transform into poison. But the Dharma transform into poison, then all your mind going to be spoiled. Your life going to be spoiled. Here I will say one thing. I think some of you know the Tibetan doctor, Dr. Dorje, right? He's very, frank person, very honest person. He said many times, the people who goes, Dharma center, most of them mentally ill. They are a bit crazy. Then I argue with him. I said, no. Who are mentally ill, who become a bit, mentally crazy? Actually, most of them come to, Dharma center to learn how to overcome the emotional problem, how to overcome the crazy mind. But who, before they, follow Buddhism, before they know anything about Buddhism and Dharma center, their life is very okay, very peaceful, very successful, very happy with all friends and family. Since they attend Dharma class, since they know the Dharma center, since they follow the guru, then slowly the person becomes a bit crazy. Because maybe due to the non-partitions, due to the not intelligent, maybe due to the lacking of the diligence, something must be wrong. Therefore, I really hope today we have almost 75 people. The more you learn Dharma, the more you gain happiness. The more you learn Dharma, the more you reduce your negative thoughts. The more you learn Dharma, the more you become more open, content, peaceful person, happy person, easy to communicate with everybody. Right? Also, very easy to accept, letting go. Very easy to, control your anger. Therefore, I urge all of you, practice as much as you can. Dharma practice doesn't mean you have to be a nun, you have to be a monk, you have to be pure vegetarian, you cannot, drink alcohol, you cannot, smoke. I'm not saying like that. Always control your negative thoughts. Always control your negative thoughts. Always, cultivate the positive thoughts. Food up to you. You can eat, veg, non-veg, or you drink alcohol, you smoke, or you have a whatever. It's not much, make much difference. You are very strict about food. Oh, I'm Buddhist, I have to be vegetarian. I'm Buddhist, I'm not allowed to drink alcohol. I'm Buddhist, I'm not supposed to smoke. But you totally careless in our Dharma practice. That means you don't care your heart. You very much care about our other organs. Therefore, listen, study, finally must practice. Otherwise, all the Dharma knowledge become poison. You ruin your mind, you ruin your life. Also, indirectly, it ruins your family lives. Thank you so much. So now it's 11:12, so we can have a discussion.
Yes, Geshe. So there is a request that Geshe to talk more about extra qualities of students pertaining to this modern time.
We say modern time, right? We better say the modern life, modern lifestyle. Time is same, morning, afternoon, evening, sun, moon, four elements are same, not much different. But four elements is slowly polluting. Contaminated by other substance. The timing is same. We say the modern lifestyle. Modern lifestyle. So when we reflect about our modern lifestyle, if you really think, the modern lifestyle, we are very responsible person. The modernization brings good things, brings bad things, mostly bad things. Just, we say, oh, we must develop our countries. What does mean develop? Building bigger highway, building bigger airport, building bigger, like a bus stop and taxi stand, most advanced technology, advanced like an aeroplane. This we say develop. Is one way in a develop. But we never reflect how much we destroy the environment. The modern development, all development can last maybe 100 years, maybe 150 years. After 105, we need to reconstruct. We need to do the reconstruction. Damaging the environment, we cannot really, redevelop. Right? Like contaminated water, air. Right now, air is still okay. In the future, the air totally going to be polluted. Lot of, like a substance out of the, therefore this day we need to just wear masks. In the future, maybe everybody must need to bring oxygen concentrator behind the use of oxygen. We cannot breathe the fresh air. Yes. So the modern lifestyle is a very irresponsibility. For example, we have idea about expired. So I think everybody you went for like a buffet lunch and dinner, particularly the 5-star hotel. How much they cook for lunch, breakfast, dinner. Whatever they cook for breakfast, they cannot use for lunch. Cook for lunch, they cannot serve for dinner. Whatever they cook for dinner cannot finish, until the last time. They have to throw everything. They cook less amount of cooking, 75%. We really, waste. Even though I'm living alone in Singapore, like in TBC, I check one day how many trash I have. More than, I think, 3 or 4 kilos trash I have. When you buy very little thing, for last year, somebody bought me like the memory chip. The memory chip size like a thumb, like a needles. The package is like that. Big. Best. So the modern lifestyle is a very sometimes I feel very upset. But you cannot say, oh, I don't want to live in the modern society. There's no choice, you have to live. Therefore, I said last time, first have to be good person. Good person, very important. Whether you are educated or non-educated, doesn't matter who you have education or not. If you are a good person, you have a good future. Because everybody looking a good person, good cook, good servant, good nanny, good teacher, good husband, good wife. First, everybody try to be good person. Be good person not easy. You are surrounded by all the bad people. You got influence from the bad people, bad person. Also, sometimes you wish to be a good person, you cannot. You have to do some bad things. Not easy. Somehow, doesn't matter how much difficulties are on you, you try to be a good person. If you're a good person, everybody respect you, everybody trusts you, everybody needs you. Good person. Second, then try to be the religious. You need to follow religion. It's not force. Because if you only believe the material things, then you don't know how to overcome the inner problem, emotional problem. Then you need to follow a dharma, like religion. Before you follow religion, you need to study the basic knowledge about each of the religion. Then, if you think, oh, Buddhism is very suit for me, you follow Buddhism. If you think that Islam is suit for you, follow Muslim, Islam, Christianity, Jude. Which religion is really, seriously suit for you? It's okay, you will follow the, any religion. But we follow religion, we are not serious about practicing the Dharma. Therefore, second, I told you, try to be like good father, good mother, husband, brother, sister, servant, whatever, try to be good. Then second, try to be good Buddhist. Good Buddhist. 3 things are the most very important. Good person, and a good, to be good particular, like teacher, husband, wife, whatever. Then follow any religion seriously. These are the basic qualities. Then when you really follow Buddhism, then 3 qualities: non-partition, intelligent, diligent. Right? If you are very intelligent, you have a better understanding. The good understanding is very, very important between teacher and students, between wife and husband. A good understanding must be very, 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 very important. Good understanding. We have so many problems because lacking the good understanding each other. Good understanding is very important. If you are intelligent, you have a good understanding. If you are intelligent, you need to know how to negotiate. If you are intelligent, you know how to change your life, how to change other person's life. Therefore, intelligence is not talking about you have to be intelligent about Dharma. Generally, you have to be intelligent. Right? Then, diligent. So when we practice Dharma, first few minutes we are okay, we practice seriously, then slowly we have, distracted mind due to the food, due to the position, so the other condition. When the distracted mind comes, you must think, hey, this is my practicing time. I'm not listening to you. You feel hungry, you must say, oh, I'm not listening to the hungry mind and follow Dharma. Right? Then another important as a student. So before you practice Dharma, you need to know which Dharma is suit for you. So we have a very common problem in the Buddhist society. You don't have the basic qualities. You don't have the basic necessity to practicing Dharma. Then you really jump into a high kind of level of practice, Vajrayana, Tantrayana, the deity visualization, initiation, Pova. These are good. You have to build, the house step by step. Then when you build, that last kind of floor, very easy to build, can be built solidly. Therefore, we should not really jump into a high level. We just move step by step. Those are, I think, other qualities. Otherwise, so far I cannot remember what should I add. Okay, next question, please.
Yeah, Geshe-la, if I'm not a particularly wise, intelligent, and yet I'm not so that stupid, so I do not possesses the quality of a Dharma student. Can you help define what is intelligent in this aspect and how do we develop it?
Actually, whoever class attend today class, all of you very intelligent. All of you are really a very intelligent person. So when he's come to Dharma, then you think I don't have a I'm not intelligent. I don't have a kind of mind to understand Dharma, right? Then first attend first class, second day, third day, 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 year. Then finally you really become very discouraged about studying Dharma because you put a lot of effort, you don't understand much. Then you think, oh, I don't think I can study Dharma, I would give up. Therefore, you can see many our Dharma friends who come to TBC, they attend the class, they were interested in study Dharma. After a few months, few years, then slowly they returned to the Dharma going TBC. Also, you are returning, you returning Dharma books to other temple and center because you thought I cannot. This is not really, lacking the intelligence. You are very intelligent. Whoever asked the question, I think every of you are very intelligent. But we don't understand Dharma because not you are not intelligent person. Because I think missing the the steps. how to study, step by first step, second step, third. The first step to studying Dharma, right? Very simply, you reflect on the external phenomena. Let's say you just grow a flower in your room, in your house, in your veranda. What we need seeds. You got the seeds, you plant the seeds, then you add water. Slowly you can see, the plant is, growing. It's growing. Right? Then with the intention, you add more water. Then you can see the plant is slowly dying. Then you change, you put less water, you add less water with soil. Then you can see the plant become again healthy. Or then you put the plant in the sun for too long, or you can see the plants die. First, you need to study how the external thing is, really growing, rising, coming. Very simple. Then you can see, in order to develop, in order to grow the good plantation, we need to put the right amount of condition: water, soil, heat, whatever, shelter, right? So then you can see obstacle, cause, conducive cause. Study external. Then second, you think, oh, I'm not happy. You must recognize the unhappiness. Not just, should not be just unhappy, upset. Check why I'm not happy. Try to find the cause to arise unhappiness. Then if you study, analyze maybe a few days, then you notice, oh, this is the main cause, because I'm not happy because this is the cause. Then you need to change the causes and condition, which is cause to arise unhappiness. And sometimes you feel I'm very happy. Oh, today why I'm happy? Because I had a good breakfast. I received good news, right? Then you can think, oh, the positive mind need positive condition. The negative mind need negative condition. The negative condition cannot produce positive mind. The positive condition cannot produce the negative minds. This is the we call law of causality, law of nature. You can say nature, but in Buddhism we don't use the law of nature, law of causality. Then slowly you need to study the basic about the Four Noble Truths. Four Noble Truths. Suffering, origin of suffering, so and so. When you have a good knowledge about the Four Noble Truths, then slowly you will think about taking refuge to Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. Without having proper knowledge of a Four Noble Truths, it's so difficult to take refuge in Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. Even though verbally you say, oh, I take refuge in Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, Bodhisattva, you're just verbally saying, you're not really taking refuge from your heart, from your mind, Four Noble Truths. Then slowly you need a good time to meditation. Meditation. After you meditate for few days, few weeks, few months, then slowly you feel, oh, my mind become more calm, more happy, more peaceful, based on the Four Noble Truths. Then next, then you need to consider to practicing bodhicitta. Therefore, first you need good knowledge about how the external thing is arising. what the conditions. The second, you need to check your own inner world. Then, Four Noble Truth. Person Four Noble Truth, taking refuge. Then you need to consider to practicing bodhicitta. In order to practice bodhicitta, you really need, the great compassion, unbiased compassion. So you should not, feel very discouraging because you don't understand much. We say, I don't understand much. Many people say, I don't know, I don't understand Dharma. If you compare with last year, you have a better knowledge. Compare with last month and this month, you have a better knowledge. Compare with without studying, after studying Dharma, you can find you have a more Dharma knowledge. Therefore, you are not, you are not kind of non-intelligent, you are intelligent. Thank you. Next question. Oh, one question.
Next. Rachel, would you please ask a question?
Hello, Geshe La. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, yes. Actually, I'm not sure whether it's a question, but it's something that I felt when you talked about when we practice Dharma, the conversation that you have with the Tibetan doctor. But I find that sometimes because we are still in between, as if we have interest, we are trying our best to practice, but we are limited because of maybe our intelligence or our diligence. And maybe I think it's also because we are a lay person. Because I feel that sometimes the world or the modern society, what they value is different from us. So as a consequence, they will see us like very weird, not like very different, or then they may feel that it's not acceptable, and thus they may not be very friendly. So in that sense, I feel that is it because of that then people will feel that we are crazy? You know what I'm trying to say? Just like for instance, I think there was a time when we felt that we have to make good use of our time, and I spend my lunch hour, let's say my 1 hour lunch hour, half an hour eating lunch, and half an hour doing my recitation or whatever commitments I have. But that come across to my colleagues as being not friendly, not engaging. You know what I'm trying to say? But I feel that I'm doing the right thing. And then like on the family members, like on a personal life, like instead of spending time on watching TV and socializing with the rest of my families, extended families, then maybe I spend that time doing my commitments or my study. Then again, that looked like very unfriendly to my family members.
Yes.
You know what I'm trying to say? And then they will think that, then my friend will actually make this comment, my friends that before, not my Buddhist friends, I mean my friends before I become a more involved Buddhist, then they'll say that, oh, you're doing things that you're spending a lot of time on things that is totally not practical. You know what I mean? They say that you're spending a lot of time on those what she call ECA, the things that you do after your main thing. You're not getting your priorities right. Because I understand from that point of view, from the modern society, to her what is important is that she must earn enough to maintain that kind of lifestyle, which involves a lot of money, and to me I think it's never satisfying because it's all material. But to her, she will feel that you're not very practical. You're spending all these things that, God no. I believe in myself. I believe in getting the lifestyle that I need, securing that kind of lifestyle, that kind of materials that I need is practical. So I think in that sense, we Buddhists, if we really quite serious in, I don't mean that I'm very diligent or I'm very good practitioner, but I must say that at least I put in my bit. I try to be a good, learn the Buddhism well, but because of the way I prioritize my time and my resources, that it will look very funny to the modern people who are not involved in Buddhism. This is what I think.
I think it's kind of my advice or my kind of answer. Thank you for really sharing your experience. Therefore, the middle path, the middle way is very important because we have problem. we always say, oh, I want to practice great compassion, compassion for all sentient beings. It's very wonderful. But you don't have a compassion for your families. It doesn't make sense. Right? Also, you say, oh, I will, care all sentient beings. Who doesn't care your family. Also doesn't make sense. Practicing Dharma, there's, I think, one problem we have. Many gurus say, oh, every day you may recite, like few thousand mani padme, few thousand bhajasadova, all the sadhana, blah, 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 blah. Then your time is almost occupied with, when you have free time, you have to done this thing. Then you don't have really time to spend your family, care your family. Then other people, definitely, we can see, you are doing something wrong. So I think it's simply what advice for all of you. Please follow the middle way. Follow the middle way. Practice your Dharma, take care of your family. Practice Dharma, make sure you do your proper, you complete your daily work, office, wherever. So the middle way is for this one, I think we can discuss for next time, next Sunday, remind me, so we can have a discussion, right? Next, I think Sunday, we can do more discussion. So thank you so much, all of you, to attend the class. Then have a happy Sunday.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, at the end, I think we do dedications as usual. First, you just, imagine we have accumulated a great amount of merit this morning. All the merit we're not going to dedicate, we're going to destroy by anger, hatred, other negative thoughts. Therefore, we dedicate the merit of becoming Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. Today, we dedicate the merit, free us, free all human beings from the COVID-19, free all sentient beings from sickness and disease, the sickness of anger attachment, disease of anger attachment. Wish all sentient beings free from suffering, achieve the complete liberation. Thank you. Have a happy Sunday. Thank you.